see your stories, and I was like, every single time, that's so cute. I cannot. But yeah, relationship double standards. For you guys as a couple, were there any like double standards that you think can effectively ruin your relationship, or you face some of those that were like either close, or you just like, hey, this ruined our relationship, let's not do this, and
Yeah, I was gonna say that like just like we were in the professional world, we were experiencing a little more of like self love about like what's an opportunity, like deal with like this, how much sacrifice an opportunity is gonna take from you, So like I feel when we take all that to like a relationship, you also like be like, okay, this is what I want. That's not a red flag. That's actually like people like sometimes we ignore so many red flags at the beginning of a relationship
right.
that like just because you really want it, and then you see yourself caught up in a relationship you don't want and dealing with double standards that are part of the core of your partner that you cannot erase,
Mm.
because that's who they are. But like I feel with us we're really good because like we keep things really balanced. Like, we both like I don't know, like I don't feel like if there's any one time that we have like double standards, we call each other out and like we talk about it. I feel like we're both open to growth. And
Mm-hmm.
like, it's I mean it's nothing, nobody gets shamed here for like being wrong,
Right.
you get
That's really
shamed if
good
you're
point.
like
Yeah.
not open to learn.
That's really good thing.
I feel
You
like you
said
should be
you
shamed
talk
for.
it out. Yeah, like you face it. Okay, I have this one. Let's talk it out. I think that's very nice and mature that like a lot of people in their 20s don't have, like especially like 2025, where you have to find someone and marry, la la la, which is not a double standard. I think it's really cute. What I've been introduced lately, it is very interesting conception that got me thinking so deep though. I was like, I spent like a couple days just thinking about it. Is that we as couples now, like despite the fact that like dating apps and like hookups a culture being very popularized, what I face is that we're like such a loners, and I've been one of those loners, right? I was like, okay, I want either like a Disney fucking story, like decent man, decent relationship, or I don't want it at all, like take or go, and it was like 100 or 0, like minus 100. So it was like two extreme points, and then what I've been introduced, like when you actually decide and step into a relationship, and we've been seeing so many like like music videos, movies about like everything going so peaceful within like 3 4 months, and then some point, you start fighting, you start doing la la la, and you break up, and you're like heartbroken. Where this like beginning period, honeymoon period, is where you just like it's
Mhm.
all about sex, kisses, which is very pleasant things, but you barely talk on like actual things that would, as I will quote a very close person to me, foundation of the relationship. And
Mhm.
I've introduced the model where you have the honeymoon parallel with the building a foundation if you're like both on the same page. So I think that's also very important when you're on the same page, and you like not just like all sex and like honeymoon period, kisses, I don't know, flowers, whatever, candles, rope pellets, whatever it is, but then also like talking and building, like getting to know each other as people in different situations and perspective, which can help ruin those like double standards in a relationship between two different personalities when they come along like in a relationship. Does it make sense? And I think it's really interesting a
Yeah.
conception. Then you're like within those 3 months you already have your honeymoon period, and you already know what person it is. That eliminates all the like future like fights over nothing basically. And it's really interesting. The conception, I think, can actually save a lot of relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at least like, or not even save relationship, but like at least see where the relationship is going. Are you like on the same lane, or like it's just very mutual honeymoon sex stage and you're just like, ooh.
I mean, I think that one of the things that I did in this relationship that I've never done before is tell him what my deal breakers were at the beginning.
Like what?
I So there were a few things. I was like, if we're like boyfriend and girlfriend, you have to tell your family about me immediately. Like, I'm not a secret. You tell your friends that you have a girlfriend. Like, you
Right.
post me on your Instagram. Like, I am not a secret. Like, you need to be very like proud that you're with me. Like, that feels very important to me that you show me off as your
Mhm.
partner.
Right.
I think like also we talked a lot about teamwork, which to me, this could definitely fall in a double standard. Like, I don't do all the cooking and the cleaning, like we do all of this shit together. So like we
Yes.
pull the same amount of weight in the household, because if I feel like I'm catering to you, like I'm gonna resent you, and that's gonna be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like we were able to kind of put it on the table. And I was like, if you don't do these things, like I think I'm gonna be unhappy, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
So
which is like basically you're in this
and
double standard. You've been out front as a human being and a woman right away. Okay, so like this, because like when you enter like this like honeymoon stage relationship stage, a guy's like, oh, suck my dick, and they expect it. But then, when you bring, hey, I'm not cooking by myself, and they're just like, that's odd. That's interesting. What you mean? So I think it's very important, like a bossy feeling as well, because there are two people in a relation, two personalities. And when you land it on the table, it's like, hey, I like this. I don't like this. I will never tolerate this, and this. So like, are we on the same page? And that's it. Either yes or no. Because no one, I feel like no one should actually compromise on things. You can just talk through it and like come to a conclusion and a decision. But like compromising is not really something, oh wow, because someone has to give up something of their own, like,
yeah.
unless it's like being dirty, then
And
you should give it up. That's my like compulsive cleaning disorder talking, like little Monica inside of me. You just like clean everything after yourself. But I mean, it's common sense, because I hate cockroaches, and China taught me well that cockroaches appear from everywhere. So that's another topic. I'm sorry. Are there any like double standards that actually help build a relationship? Do you think those exist?
I think they exist. I don't know if they're double standards or they're more like stereotypes, but like I definitely use some stereotypes to my advantage where I'm like, David, I need you to fix this thing. you know,
Right.
so I feel like we have
Well, it is a part of the
smaller,
double
like,
standard where, like a woman cannot fix, I don't know, a change a law or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, like I could do it, but like you
But why would
probably
I
could
do
do
it
it
if I
better.
have a man right here? I feel you. I do the same.
Yeah, or like the double standard where like I expect David to protect me, like in a situation, like I expect him to be able to like protect me from.
Not if there's a cockroach though.
Yeah.
If there's a
Ah,
cockroach, you're
honey, take off your slipper, not mine, and kill the. Yeah. Well, that's a good one. Yeah.
if there's a cockroach, you're all equal. I'm running.
We had a cockroach situation, not here.
Oh shit.
I have this house in an area of California, and it gets like, if you're not there for a long time, the cockroaches come in. So like when we got to the house after it had been like 6 months of no one being in the house, and it was bad. It was
But
really
they all died. They're all dead.
Oh, but like
there was like
that body, like murder scene stuff.
Yeah, it's just dead bodies. But dude, when guys like when you expect like the culture is like guys always have to pay and like ask out and all that stuff. I feel nowadays there's a little more evenness, which I like,
Right.
because then it's not expected. I like it. It's cool to take care of it. Yeah, like but like now there's not an expectation. It's not like it's a little more. I like it. I grew up in the one side, and then little by little I've seen the change. I've seen the change in it. So
See, I didn't let David pay for anything our first few dates because I feel like this is going back to gender, but I get nervous that guys think I owe them something if they
Yes.
if they pay for something of mine. So that was like something I wouldn't let happen anyway.
Yeah,
Because
this
I
is
just don't want anyone to think I owe them anything.
yeah, because like
Yeah,
this is like who pays? Like, oh, you have to give me something because I paid, but like you pay for food, and I'm not getting paid for like going on dates. So because like this makeup costs like more than dinner, okay? And the lingerie and the fact that I shaved my legs just in case. It took time, it took my energy. I didn't cut myself. That's a lot of work, okay? So, the jewelry, like gold and stuff, it costs money. So, what I think that I mentioned like many, many times before, that for me, the person who, okay, you good?
bless you.
I
Bless
sneezed,
you.
sorry.
Look at her. Gotta let it bless her, so it's fine. What I faced, like what for my standard, like I don't like guy paying for. I will always offer to pay, even though it's my less money. That's my pride. And like I can pay for myself. I don't need you to pay for my la 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 dinner, food, whatever. And on the other hand, if you want to split the check on the first date, for me that means you're not interested enough. I'm not talking about
Mm.
dinner or like not like sorry, not dinner. I'm not talking about like drinks, we're going out, la la la. I'm talking about like a proper first date kind of thing where like yeah, if you don't pay, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm fine with like sharing, it's fine, but like in terms of like what kind of date it is. But then again, for me it's more of like intentions, because again, I put an effort, I made it time, I'm a very busy person. And if I'm going out with you on a date, I mean it. And I always will offer to pay. But if you agree to that, I'm just like, hmm, I don't know. Maybe because I've been on too many bad days that I had to pay for, and I didn't like it. Maybe that's the case.
Say like it depends definitely like the mood of the date. Like I feel like it depends for sure. But
No,
like
it
one
definitely
time,
depends. But like,
remember that one time like we went out and we just spent like almost $200 in shots.
I mean, shots is beautiful, and I would spend 100 for that out of 200 for sure. I mean, that's shots. That's what I'm talking like. Drinks and going
We were
out is like
like,
a little bit different, than just like a proper date with a dinner, with talks, la la la. Because that's the thing. I would gladly ask you out. I would gladly, because again, as Beck said, like, oh, I don't cook by myself. I don't like serve you. But then again, if like we like going into that and I see you like, it's a pleasure for me to give you presents, to cook food for you, to like make you like this little cute dates. Even if we're in quarantine, we can have picnic in my room or in my apartment or in your apartment, doesn't matter. So it just like it's little cute things. It's a thoughtfulness that counts more. So it doesn't mean like, oh, I want you to pay for everything. No, hell no. Especially if I'm working, like in a relationship and he's working, la la la. But
Yeah.
there is double standard. That is a double standard that I take. But on the first date, that's the limit. I don't expect you
for
to pay for
sure.
every single date, every single thing I want for my rent. Hell nah. But the first date for me is a must.
Hmm. But at least you know that and you can say that, like I think as we said, being able to vocalize what you want and what you need is the most important.
Mhm. Well, I don't
Yeah.
vocal. I'm not being vocal about it because obviously then dude would like, yeah, I'll pay, whatever, So for me, it's just like I'll just watch. But I think it's coming from like me
Sounds like
having
a test. I would think about it because it sounds like a test to me.
right. Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
kind of test. Yeah, I would say. Do you think there are any double standards within a friendship?
Ooh.
Hmm.
I have really good.
Uh,
That's a reboot episode.
I I think sometimes when like in friendships like you could have like that friend that always calls you for advice or like calls you when they're in trouble, but whenever you reach out, they're not there for you. You know, or
Mhm.
like they only Yeah, or like they only use you for that part of your friendship, you know.
That's really
That's what they
good
want.
word. Like they're basic users of your good personality, and they're not giving back. I think that's the most important thing for me in a friendship, where people, I'm giving a lot and I expect you to at least like level up and give me, you know, something back, with like purpose of like extension. I understand that every person is different and gives different things out, but then, you know, at least if we like long-term friendship, yeah, I expect you to be there for me 24/7, to be honest. If like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm gonna need the help 24/7, but if I need, you have to be there, you know.